Hello, you beautiful people out there. What is going on? This is your friend Britik, and man, oh man, do I have an exotic loot guide for you guys today. Today we are gonna be looking over at the Touch of Malice. That's right, the raid exotic scout rifle. It is unparalleled with the Vex mythic class and Necrochasm when it comes to rarity and difficulty to obtain this weapon. It's actually the hardest one to obtain out of all of them, in my opinion, and I'm going to be showing you guys how to do it and explaining the steps that I don't show to you on screen. So right now what I'm doing is I'm actually charging my Agonarch rune, which you're going to need to have fully charged for the 45th calcium fragment, which can really be any step in this equation. You need to have 45 calcium fragments in order to get this weapon, and there are only 45 known to man. So I'm going to put a link down in the description below for a checklist that I found on Reddit to find all 45. This is my last one that I need. So what I'm doing is I'm in the very first area in the patrol when you spawn in on Dreadnought, and I find this black orb, and I go under it, and it starts spawning these enemies, and at the last tier, it spawns Gornith right there, which is one of those guys who is, you know, a little mini boss that charges this Agonarch rune. And you can actually switch this rune between your characters if you've noticed. This is on my Titan, not on my Hunter. You can actually switch it between them each day and get 3 a day if you have 3 characters, because you only get this charge once a day for killing those little mini bosses. You can get other charges in other ways, like doing specific missions and quests, but that's basically the primary way of getting it. So once you have a charge rune, you're going to follow this sped up version that I have coming up right here. So you're going to run all the way, you're going to run into the asylum, like here. You're going to follow this path that I go to, and there's going to be a little, kind of like a Wormsinger rune thing. It's the very exact thing. It's like a little pedestal type bullshit deal. You're going to see it on your screen, don't worry. You're going to put your Agonarch rune in there, and then there's going to be waves of enemies that spawn in there. But anyway, that's how you charge the Agonarch rune. Let's go over the steps for the thing while I'm doing this gameplay in front of you guys. So the very first step on the actual quest line, you have to make sure that you've completed all the Taken King story missions so that this quest line is available to you. The very first one is that you have to go into the raid and you have to kill the war priest and take something from him. You have to kill the Death Singers, take something from them, and you have to kill Oryx and take his ravenous heart. Now these are automatic drops. You don't need a farm for them. You don't need to do anything. You'll get them once you kill them. They're instant drops. You'll get them as soon as you kill them. So after you do that, you come back, you talk to Eris, and she's like, okay, now give me, start building the gun frame for me. You're going to build the gun frame for this exotic weapon, and you're going to need a lot of materials, worm spore, motes of light, and a lot of hadium flakes. You're going to need 50, so make sure you're farming them constantly. Make sure you're always on the lookout for those 50 hadium flakes. I already beat the, I jumped the gun on this one. I was pretty much opening chests for a while before I even got this quest, so I racked up 50 hadium flakes, and I didn't even have to go adventuring for it. I already had it ready, good to go. So after you turn that in, you might be a bit lost. You might not understand what's going on. Why do I not have the next quest line? I'm doing this, Britik. Why the fuck are you lying to me? Well, the next thing you have to do is you have to make sure that you completed all of the Taken War quests. Any quest line that has Taken War that starts with the name, you may have to make sure that you complete all of them. And once you do, you come back to Eris, and she's going to give you the next one, which is you have to go back into the raid and pretty much run through it entirely again. You have to kill the war priest. Now you have to kill the ogre instead of the Death Singers, and then you have to kill Oryx one more time. Now, after you complete that, you come back to her. She'll give you a 310 artifact, and you're like, hey, that's cool. I think I'm done. Yeah. No, you're not. You dumbo. You didn't watch my video, obviously. So you get a 310 artifact and a shader, that's cool, but now this is where the 45 calcium fragments come in. So at around 35 to 40 calcium fragments, she's going to give you another mission to do. You have to go into the Undying Mind Strike and kill a little side boss that spawns during the main strike, just like Fogoth did with the Thorn. So you do that, you collect your 45 calcium fragments, you come back to her, she's going to give you one last mission where you have to kill another one of those side bosses. This one's going to be on a different mission on Phobos. You're going to have to kill a wizard. You're going to see that right there. You're going to see me after I'm done circling around this boss right here and killing all these ads and finally getting the chest for the last calcium fragment. You're going to see me turning this shit in. So there it is, the chest spawns after you kill everybody. You open it up, you get a legendary engram, you get a calcium fragment, and you get some other cool stuff. You get a moldering shard. So here I'm coming into Eris, and you're going to see that she's going to give me this last mission after I completed that, after I have all the shards, the 45 shards, everything like that. You accept the quest, and then I'm going to do another movie magic type deal, mumbo jumbo, and we're going to spawn right inside right here into this room. So once you get into this last room where this final boss battle occurs, you're going to stay in the entrance where you came through. I recommend bringing along a partner because this is kind of difficult. There are a lot of ads and they all have shields. This is pretty much nightfall level difficulty right here. So you want to make sure you have a buddy to help you just in case some kind of bullshit happens. Like, for example, if you're invisible and you get killed still. I don't fucking know how. But you're going to kill this wizard you're going to see coming up on the left right here, and she's going to drop Essence of the Feast. This Muzurk the bitch one. Yeah, there you go. Essence of the Feast. So she drops that shit, and then after that you can just go to orbit. You don't even have to kill the last boss. It's exactly what we do here. And then come back to orbit, go back to Eris. This is the last part, and you should be good. And now she's going to give you the Touch of Malice, a 310 exotic. Very, very cool looking, very unique. Never seen any weapon like it. She's going to give you an artifact. That artifact's usually pretty much irrelevant after you get your 3 artifact from her earlier, so you can just go ahead and dismantle that. And then, here's the Touch of Malice. So look at the stats. It's a pretty balanced, you know, nothing amazing. It only has 11 shots, though. That's kind of weird, Britik, but you're going to see why. It's so interesting that it only has 11 shots in it. As soon as this version of me decides to go and do this shit. Come on, hurry up. What are you doing? Got a video to do. Why are you just battling emblems? It's okay, I'll go over the gun right here. I'm gonna inspect it and everything, and I'm gonna go over the thingies. As soon as, bro, what? Is it too early in the morning for this shit? What's going on? So right there it says final round of the magazine, regeneration, and deals bonus damage at the cost of the wielder's life force. I can't read for some reason. So basically what this is you pretty much have infinite ammo. Again, I know I like saying infinite ammo, but you technically have infinite ammo with this weapon. You guys can read these perks and abilities on them. But when you get down to the last bullet in this clip, it's going to start hurting you. You're not going to run out of ammo. You're never going to run out of ammo on its own. You're going to have to reload on your own unless you literally run out of ammo in general, like from your extra reserves. But you're not going to run out of ammo in the clip. That's the most important part, because this last bullet, when you're using this last bullet, you're gonna never run out of it. It's gonna keep regenerating, but you're gonna take a bit of health off of yourself every time that happens. But you do deal double damage every time that happens, which is the very special thing about this gun. You're gonna see some gameplay with it right about now. So you're going to see this gun in action. So it does 355 against these normal enemies to the head, but once I get down to last bullet, it does 700 something. So about double. It's not really double, but about double. The reason this is so good, even though you can actually kill yourself by shooting it, which I will show you later, the reason this is a good weapon is because this is pretty much for the raid, for the Oryx. When you get into the bubble of invincibility, like the aura invincibility, when you're shooting Oryx in the chest, you actually regenerate ammo, or you regenerate health constantly. So when you're on the last bullet on this weapon, you have infinite health. So you can just keep using the last bullet on this weapon to deal just about double damage to Oryx. Oh, and by the way, it is a fully auto scout rifle. Just in case you didn't know, it's a fully auto scout rifle that shoots very, very fucking fast. And so when you deal damage to Oryx, you deal insane amounts of damage because it deals double damage than what a normal scout rifle would do. You never run out of ammo, you don't have to reload, you just unload onto him. So this is pretty much made for the raid. I love saying that, made for the raid. And when you get a lot of people going with this thing, I will make a video with it trying to get 6 Touch of Malices at the same time on Oryx just to see how quickly it melts him. It does melt. It does melt. It is pretty interesting. It is pretty awesome. But if you don't want that effect where it's taking out your health, make sure you reload after the first 10 bullets, because this ability will only start activating when you're on your last bullet. And I don't have this all the way upgraded. You do need 30 Hadium Flakes to upgrade it all the way, which is pretty crazy. Pretty crazy. So I just didn't feel like going out and running out and getting them. So right here, I'm just going to keep shooting this. I'm going to keep shooting this gun until I actually end up killing myself. So be careful. You can kill yourself with this weapon. So now, there you guys have it. That is the guide for the Touch of Malice. Hopefully you enjoyed. You also get a trophy when you complete this and all that kind of stuff. So hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you did, please drop a like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. It helps me keep doing what I do. And as always, make sure you all have a wonderful day.